I want to ask you something, and I want you to actually sit with it for just a second. When was the last time your phone rang and it was someone who already knew who you were? Someone who had already watched you, already decided that they liked your style, and already made up their mind that they wanted to work with you, and all you had to do was show up for the conversation. If you're like most agents, that doesn't happen enough. You're still chasing, still following up with cold leads, still wondering if the next open house or the next postcard campaign is going to move the needle. And I totally get it because I have been there. I've been in the business for close to a decade, and I have spent way too long doing it the hard way. But over the last couple of years, something shifted for me. I started getting consistent inbound buyers, sellers, and other agents who found me on YouTube, watched my content, and reached out ready to have a real conversation. Not every week at first, but enough to know the strategy was working and it keeps growing. So today I want to give you the exact 3 video types that have made that happen for me, and that I've seen work for agents across the country through training systems that I have personally plugged into. 3 video types, that's it. It's not complicated content calendars, not a massive production budget. 3 types of videos posted consistently that bring the right people to you. Now, let's get into it. If you're new here, my name is Meagan. I'm a real estate agent in Arizona, and I post videos every week about building smarter, more scalable real estate business. If that's the kind of content that you're looking for, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming. You can also click the link in my description to book a call with me. And if you want a free guide that goes with this video, which is 20 fill in the blank YouTube title templates for all 3 video types I'm about to cover, just drop the word leads in the comments right now and I'll send it to you. You can also text me leads at 520-980-9880. Okay, now let's get into it. Before I give you the 3 video types, I want to make sure that we are all on the same page about why YouTube specifically. Because I know a lot of agents are asking whether they should be on TikTok, Instagram Reels, or YouTube. And the honest answer is all of them have value. But YouTube is different in a way that matters a lot in real estate. The difference comes down to search intent. Google owns YouTube. When someone opens their browser and types in, "Is now a good time to buy in Arizona?" or "Best neighborhoods in Tucson for families," or "How does EXP revenue share work?" YouTube videos show up right there on page 1 of Google, so your video becomes a Google search result. Think about what that means. The person watching your video doesn't stumble on it while mindlessly scrolling. They were looking for something specific. They had a question. They wanted an answer, and your video gave them that answer. That's a completely different kind of viewer than someone who sees your reel pop up between cat videos. YouTube viewers are searching for purpose, and that makes them far more likely to take action. The second thing that makes YouTube different is that the content compounds. I have videos I posted over a year ago that are still getting views every single week. Every new view is a potential lead, a potential client, a potential even agent who finds me and reaches out. That doesn't happen on Instagram. A reel gets 48 hours of life and then it's gone. A YouTube video keeps working for you indefinitely. And the third thing, and this is huge, is the depth of trust that long-form video creates. When someone watches you for 15 to 20 minutes explaining something clearly, being honest, being yourself, by the end of that video, they feel like they know you. The relationship is already halfway there before you ever even talk to them. The trust is what turns a viewer into a client or an agent who wants to work alongside with you. So for agents who are serious about building a sustainable inbound lead system, not just chasing vanity metrics, YouTube is the platform. And now let me show you the 3 video types that work best on it. The first video type is what I call the hyperlocal market update. And if you only do one thing after watching this video, make it this one. Here's the concept. Once a month or once a quarter, if monthly feels like too much right now, you record a video that breaks down what's happening in your specific local real estate market. Not national trends, not state level data, but your actual market, your city, your neighborhoods, the specific thing that the people in your area actually want to know about. Here's why this works so well. There are people in your market right now who are thinking about buying or selling, but they're not ready to call an agent yet. They're in research mode. They're trying to understand the market before they make a move. They're typing questions into Google like Arizona housing market 2026, or is it a buyer's market or seller's market in your city right now? When your video shows up in those results and gives them a clear, honest answer, you just became their trusted local expert before they ever even picked up the phone. They didn't have to search for an agent. You showed up when they were already looking. And here's the thing about this video type specifically. Most agents in your market area are not doing it consistently. They might post one market update, get distracted, and never post another one, which means the agent who shows up with a market update every single month is the one who owns the search term over time. That definitely could be you. Let me give you the exact structure that works. Open with a single compelling stat or data point from your market that either surprises people or challenges what they think they already know. Something like Arizona home prices just did something that hasn't happened in 3 years. And if you're thinking about buying or selling, you need to know about it. You want to create immediate curiosity in the first 20 seconds. Then break down what's happening for buyers and what's happening for sellers as two separate conversations. These are two different audiences with two different sets of concerns. Buyers want to know about competition, affordability, and whether now is a smart time to buy. Sellers want to know about days on market, how close to asking price homes are selling, and whether they should list now or wait. Cover both in the same video. Give your honest opinion. Don't just read data off the screen. Tell people what you actually think. If you're a buyer sitting on the fence right now, here's what I would do in your position. People remember opinions. They forget statistics. Your opinion is what builds the relationship. Close with a soft, natural call to action. Something like, if you want a personalized breakdown of what the market looks like in your specific situation, whether you're buying, selling, or just figuring out your options, I'm happy to have that conversation. Links in the description to get on my calendar. For the title, use this simple formula. Your city, real estate market update, month, year. That format is what people are searching for. It's simple, it's specific, and if you post it every month with that same title structure, the YouTube's algorithm starts to associate your channel with that search over time. Post this video every single month. Don't miss months. The agents who dominate local real estate searches on YouTube are the ones who have 12, 18, 24 consecutive months of market updates. Consistency is the strategy. The second video type is the buyer and seller FAQ. And I'd argue this is the most underused video format in all of real estate content, which also makes it the biggest opportunity. The concept is very simple. Every question a client has ever asked you is a YouTube video waiting to be made. Think about conversations you have every single week. The thing buyers ask before they even consider making an offer. The things sellers want to know before they commit to listing. The things you explain so often that you could answer them in your sleep. What credit score do I actually need to buy a home in Arizona right now? How long does it take to close on a house here? Should I buy now or wait till interest rates drop? What happens if the inspections come back with issues? How do I know what my home is actually worth before I list it? What's the difference between pre-qualified and pre-approved? Every single one of those is a YouTube video, and every single one of those questions gets typed into Google and YouTube thousands of times by real people who are in various stages of buying or selling homes. Here is what makes this video type so powerful from a lead generation standpoint. When someone watches your video and you give them a clear, helpful, complete answer to the question that they are confused about, something happens that's hard to manufacture any other way. They feel like you've helped them. You didn't ask for anything. You didn't make them fill out a form or sit through a sales pitch. You just helped them. And people remember who helped them. They might not be ready to buy or sell for another 3 months, but when they are, the person they call is the one who answered their questions when nobody else did. And that is you. I've had people reach out to me who said they watched multiple videos before they ever sent me a message. By the time they reached out, they weren't strangers, they already trusted me. The first conversation felt like we already knew each other. That's what consistent, helpful content does over time. Let me give you the structure that works for this video type. Lead with a direct answer in the first 30 seconds. Don't make them wait for it. State the answer clearly at the top. Then spend the rest of the video giving them the context, the nuance, and the factors that affect it. This is actually counterintuitive. You'd think giving away the answer right away would make people stop watching. It does the exact opposite. It builds trust immediately because they know you're not going to waste their time. After the direct answer, go deeper. Walk through factors that affect the answer. Use real examples. If you've worked with clients who navigated this exact situation, share that story without identifying details because the stories are what people remember. Anticipate the follow-up questions they're probably already thinking. If the video is about how long closings take, they are also wondering what can make it longer and what they can do to speed it up. Answer those questions before they have to ask it. It makes you look like you can read their mind, and it keeps them watching. End with a call to action that's specific to the question. If the video is about getting pre-approved, then the CTA is, if you want to know exactly where you stand and what your real buying power looks like right now in Arizona, let's talk. I can point you to the right lenders and help you understand your options. Book a call at the link below. It's free and there's no pressure. For titles, use the language your audience actually uses, non-industry language, not pre-approval considerations for Arizona buyers. Instead, how to get pre-approved to buy a home in Arizona, what you actually need. That's how a real person phrases a question. Match their language and you'll rank for the terms that they're actually searching for. Post the FAQ video every week or two. You already have every topic you'll ever need. Your clients are giving them to you in every single conversation. Start keeping a running list on your phone and turn each one into a video. The third video type is what I call the neighborhood and community spotlight. And this one is a little different from the first two, but it's one of the most powerful videos you can make for building long-term authority and trust in your market. Here's the concept. You create a dedicated video for a specific neighborhood, a subdivision, or a community in your area. Not a market update, not a data breakdown, but a real, honest, on-the-ground look of what it's actually like to live somewhere. Think about what the buyers are really doing when they are relocating to wherever you are or they're moving across town. They're not just looking at square footage and price per square foot. They're trying to picture their life. They want to know what the neighborhood feels like at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning. They want to know if there are good coffee shops nearby, whether the streets are safe for kids to ride their bikes, what the neighbors are like, how far is it from the freeway, what's the HOA actually enforces. That's the information. That information is hard to find. It's not in a listing, it's not in a Zillow description, but it is in your video because you live and work here. You know these areas, and the local knowledge is something no algorithm can replicate. Here's why this video type generates leads so consistently. When someone searches what is neighborhood like in Arizona, or is subdivision a good place to live, and your video shows up and gives them a genuine, thorough, honest answer, you just became the most credible source of information they have found. They've watched you walk the streets, talk about the community, give your real take. That's not a sales pitch. That's a neighbor telling them the truth. And here's something most agents don't think about. The people who watch neighborhood spotlight videos are almost always in the research phase of a major decision. They're narrowing down their options. They're getting serious. They're exactly the kind of lead you want to have a conversation with. Let me give you the exact structure for this video type. Open with a clear positioning statement that tells them exactly what they're about to get. Here's how I put all 3 of these content strategies together in a content rhythm that actually works in real life, because the strategy only works if you execute it consistently. Once a month, Hyperlocal market update. This is your anchor video. It keeps your channel active, builds your local authority, and captures everyone searching for current market information in your area. Once you have your template and data sources dialed in, this gets faster every single time. Every 2 weeks, a buyer or seller FAQ video. Pick one question from your running list. Sit down and answer it as clearly and completely as you can. These don't need to be long. 8 to 12 minutes is the sweet spot. They just need to be genuinely useful. Then once a month, a neighborhood or community spotlight. Pick a community in your market that you know well and give it the full treatment. Drive through it, talk about it honestly, let people see what you see when you're there. That's 3 to 5 videos a month total. That's a real content strategy. And over 12 months, you'll have built a library of 40 to 60 videos that are working for you in search, generating views, building relationships, and starting conversations every single day, even when you're not posting. Here's the thing I want you to really hear. You don't need to go viral. Viral doesn't pay your mortgage. What you need is to show up consistently in the searches that matter to your specific audience. The market update people, the buyers with questions, the families researching neighborhoods. Those are your people. And these 3 video types put you right in front of them. That's not something you build overnight, but it is also not complicated. It's just consistent. The agents who commit to this for 12 to 18 months build lead systems that are working long after each video is posted. I've seen it in my own business, and I've seen it in the businesses of agents who are plugged into the same training and systems through the Wolfpack. The lead generation strategy that used to require cold calls, door knocking, and massive ad spend, YouTube does it better. And it does it in a way that builds real trust instead of just interrupting people. I have put together a free guide that gives you the exact title, formulas, video structures, and SEO tips for all 3 of these video types. It includes 20 fill-in-the-blank title templates, so you can pick your first topic, write your title, and start recording this week. Link is in the description. Text me at 520-980-9880, and I will be happy to share a link with you that has all of this information for you to start using.